Path of Titans has been a mixed bag at Christmas. With the last 4 years, we saw 2 dinosaurs or 2 creatures release at Christmas, and then last year we saw a brand new devblog get released which outlined everything that was coming in 2023. But what can we expect this year? Can we expect an update around Christmas, or will we get nothing? Obviously, I do want to say before I get into this video, there is a disclaimer here. Nothing here is confirmed. This is just a theory video, and nothing here is for definite. Take it all with a pinch of salt. This is just a fun discussion theory video. Anyways, let's dive right into it. Path of Titans has been a mixed bag with any form of December or Christmas release, with last year's holiday content being a what's coming in 2023 devblog that literally released on Christmas Day. However, that hasn't always been the case. The idea of a devblog on Christmas outlining what's coming in the next year only came about for Path of Titans last year, and it's only been done once. However, it's likely we'll see it again this year. In 2021, the developers released Megalania into the game in a quick solo update that was on the 20th of December. In 2020, this was also the same case because they'd done it with Albertoceratops on the 18th of December, which was a nice little fun update. And before that, we also got the Christmas Capture the Shell event, which came out around a week before that, which does only mean that technically speaking we have seen 2 dinosaurs or creatures release in the game's lifespan in the last 3 years, and if you go back a year and go to 2019, you also don't get anything there. So technically speaking, in the last 4 years we've only seen 2 dinosaurs or playable creatures get released into the game around Christmas. This gives a 50% success rate for this, so it could literally be up in the air. It could happen, it could not. Like, we don't know, really. That is literally it. However, Christmas content isn't an alien idea when it comes to games. It's usually kept to events that span the whole month of December, as you can see with Beast of Bermuda's recent new event and update, which saw you able to win a festive skin or a shimmer skin, I think it is, for Mosasaurus. And you also have like games like World of Tanks, where they do their Christmas ops every year at Christmas, where you can win prizes and all that jazz. However, for Path of Titans, this is kind of an alien idea. The likelihood for Path of Titans to release something around Christmas is very, very mixed. As I mentioned before, over the years from 2020 to 2023, we've really only seen 2 things release, and that was in 2020 and 2021, and then in 2022 we got a devblog as well. No new playables there. But it still means it could happen, and the reason why I say a 50-50 split and then mentioned 3 years is because 2019 we also didn't get anything as well. However, there are both reasons for and against with this, and I'm going to mention the ones for first so you can be picked up, only to be leveled out once I talk about the against ones, unless you've already left and are somehow touting that, oh my god, Velocci says this is going to happen, it means it's going to happen. Don't do that. That being said, let's get into the reasons for. So we know that they have released creatures in the past around Christmas, with extremely festive releases of Megalania and Albertoceratops in 2020 and 2021, but these were now almost 2 years ago, which might make it unlikely that we're gonna see a festive creature release again, but there is still a lot of hope there, because it does actually suggest the developers have done it before, they could do it again. The developers added a new patching system into the Pounce update, and this ties into the fact that maybe we could see content coming soon. This means the developers essentially can hot fix or hot patch quickly without tying it to a major update. Get it out the way, get it done, get it sorted, bish bash bosh, essentially. That's how it works. You don't have to tie a dinosaur release or a bug fix or anything like that to a major update anymore, according to the developers, which means that maybe we could be seeing something hot patched into the game via this new hot patching system. Of course, I'm not suggesting this will happen, however, it is a slight possibility, especially now that dinosaurs can be unbound from updates. There is a chance chance the developers could release a dinosaur in a hot patch near Christmas, like what we saw with Megalania and Albertoceratops almost 2 years ago. I do think it's also important to note that there is new content on the horizon as well, especially game modes. Game modes is something that has literally been tested throughout the last 2 months. We've seen the initial test for Team Deathmatch, then a follow-up test for King of the Hill. So the testing for game modes has been quite thick and quite fast. It's literally something that could be coming anytime soon. However, that is very dependent on the fact that if this is ready and if the developers deem that this content is ready. To tie into this even more, if we look at the what's to come in 2023 devblog, we also can see that there is still some content that's mentioned to apparently come in 2023 that has not released so far yet. Now, of course, it's probably likely that these are just going to be pushed into next year and we'll get them then. However, if they are going to be bold with it, we will be seeing these this year. Otherwise, well, it didn't come in 2023. That being said, these are what still could happen. Quest updates, although this is something that I think will be pushed until the next year, mainly because this is something that's a constant. It's not one big chunk of content, it just happens over time. Deathmatch, game mode, and game mode modding is something that also could be coming this year. As I mentioned, this has been heavily tested recently, and so perhaps if it's ready to go, we could see it. But we could also just see game mode modding come to the game in a small update that allows people to mod in their own game modes. Replay mode. This is something that was teased a lot in the 2023 What's to Come devlog, and in the devlog following up on the Night Stalker update, we got to know that this was one of the content that they were working on next, and so perhaps it could come in a quick push before the end of the year. There are also reasons to suggest that this might not be the case, and we might not even get anything for Christmas this year. And this kind of goes with a level head here. So let's have a look at them. If we look at the updates from this year, it looks like Path of Titans' developers are moving to a quarterly update cycle, and the best way to showcase this is in Q1 we saw dinosaur improvements and map updates, mainly the model reworks and stuff like that. In Q2 we saw the Night Stalker update, Q3 we saw the July update, and Q4 we saw the Pounce update. Now, if we are truly sticking to that quarterly update cycle, the next update that we will be getting will be in Q1, which will be between January and March, I think it is, for next year. Of course, however, this ties into the next point. We've just had a major update release. On October 28th, we saw the release of the Pounce update, making it technically the final update for the year if we're following the quarterly release cycle for the game. This, combined with the constant bug fixing and recent update push for mods, indicates there's still a lot of work going on behind the scenes of the development of the game. However, we also saw that recent push out for mods, and kind of brings a double-edged sword here. If they wanted to update all mods now and get them all up to date with the new update, perhaps another content push could be on the horizon. However, there are some buts here. Perhaps the developers won't want to have any additional workload over Christmas. After all, it's a holiday season. The developers would want to celebrate the end of the year. They want to spend their time with family or friends and just, you know, not really work as hard as they have over the holiday season. Releasing an update around Christmas would just mean that if there's a bug, if there's anything that needs fixing urgently, if the servers die, a developer has to be pulled from their celebrations in order to fix it. However, we have seen this happen before with Albertoceratops, Megalania, and of course last year as well. People still play the game. There's need for developers, there's need for moderation as well, and so technically speaking there would always be someone on hand to make sure that things are going fine. However, finally, I do want to say this. It is likely we probably will just get another devblog post this year, a what's to come in 2024 devblog post, and maybe some good teasers on what's to come. There's also no mention of either this happening or us seeing an update this year, or not seeing an update this Christmas. Sorry, not this year. We've already received many this year, so it still makes it up in air. It leaves it as a 50-50 pretty much. Like, we could get it, we could not. So you gotta just take it with a pinch of salt. Truthfully, that's that. You can't really predict if something like this is gonna happen, although it would be fun. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think we'd see a Christmas update this year, or do you think it's just gonna be a devlog? And you know what? Let's do a little bit of a prediction. I wanna know, if an update releases around Christmas, what do you guys think will be in it? And secondly, if a devblog is released around Christmas, what do you guys think will be in the devblog? And what do you think is coming in 2024 for Path of Titans? I'm going to do my theories towards the end of the year, and we'll see if I'm right. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.